friends, welcome to the 48th episode of Apt Guide. In this episode, we are going to solve some important problems on the topic ratio and proportion. As always, I am suggesting you to watch the videos on each topic in sequence for better understanding. So we will go straight away to our questions. 27th question is, milk and water in two bottles A and B are in the ratio 4:1 and 3:5 respectively. In what ratio the liquid in both the bottles be mixed to obtain a new mixture in bottle C containing half milk and half water? So in this question they are telling that there are two bottles A and B in which milk and water is present in the ratio 4:1 and 3:5 respectively. So we need to find out in what ratio the liquid in bottle A and B be mixed such that we get a mixture in another bottle C containing half milk and half water. Okay. So in the question they are telling that the ratio of milk and water in bottle A is 4:1. Okay. And the ratio of milk and water in bottle B is given as 3:5. Okay. Then they are telling that bottle C should contain half milk and half water. Okay. Which means bottle C should contain equal amount of milk and water. Okay. So the ratio of milk and water in bottle C will be 1:1. Okay. So this question we are doing by alligation method. Okay. Alligation method is already explained in the previous episode. Those who want to refer to it can go through the link which is given in the description box of this episode. Okay. So when we are doing alligation method, in this question we need to consider either this milk part or this water part. Okay. So here I am considering the part of milk. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to write down bottle A here, bottle B here. Okay. So below this A we need to write down the fraction of milk that is present in bottle A. And here we need to write down the fraction of milk that is present in bottle B. Okay. And here in the middle we need to write down the fraction of milk that is present in bottle C. Okay. So if in bottle A 4 liters of milk is present and 1 liters of water is present, then what will be the total quantity of the mixture? That will be 4 plus 1, that is 5. Okay. And in bottle B the total quantity of mixture will be 3 plus 5, that is 8. Okay. And in bottle C the total quantity of the mixture will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay. So the fraction of milk that is present in bottle A will be 4/5. That we need to write down here. Okay. And the fraction of milk that is present in bottle B will be 3/8. That we need to write down here. Okay. And the fraction of milk that should present in bottle C is 1/2. That we need to write down here in the middle. Okay. Now we need to subtract diagonally. Okay. So either you can subtract 4/5 minus 1/2 and then 1/2 minus 3/8, or you can subtract 3/8 minus 1/2 and 1/2 minus 4/5. Okay. So the ratio must be positive. Okay. So the difference between this both should be written here and the difference between this both should be written here. Okay. So the difference between this both will be 3/10 and the difference between this both will be 1/8. Okay. So 1/8 is to 3/10 is the answer. Okay. Now in order to avoid the fraction, we need to multiply both these terms by the LCM of 8 and 10. Okay. So that is 1/8 into 40 is to 3/10 into 40. Okay. So this will be equal to 5:12. Okay. So this is the answer. The next question is, two vessels P and Q contain milk and water in the ratio 9:1 and 1:4 respectively. A third vessel R is filled in by taking mixtures from those two vessels in such a way that the mixture in R is in the ratio 1:1. What is the ratio of quantity drawn from these two vessels? Okay. So in the question the ratio of milk and water in vessel P is given as 9:1. The ratio of milk and water in vessel Q is given as 1:4. Okay. And the ratio of milk and water that should present in R is given as 1:1. Okay. So this question is similar to that of the previous one. So here also we are doing by alligation method. Okay. So for that we need to consider either this part or this part. Okay. So here I am considering the part of water. Okay. So here we need to write P, Q, and here we need to write down the fraction of water that is present in P. Okay. So what is the fraction of water that is present in P? That will be 1 by 10. Okay. Total quantity of the mixture in P is 9 plus 1, that is 10. So the fraction of water that is present in P will be 1 by 10 and the fraction of water that is present in Q will be 4 by 5. Okay. And the fraction of water that is present in R is 1 by 2. Okay. Now take the differences diagonally. Okay. The difference between this both is 2 by 5 and the difference between this both will be 3 by 10. Okay. So this is the ratio of the liquid that should be taken from P and Q and transferred to vessel R, so that the ratio becomes 1:1. Okay. So the answer is 3 by 10 is to 2 by 5. Okay. So in order to avoid the fraction, multiply these both terms by LCM of 10 and 5. Okay. So that is 3 by 10 into 10 is to 2 by 5 into 10. Okay. So the ratio will be 3:4. So this is the answer. The next question is, cost of type 1 rice is rupees 15 per kg and type 2 rice is rupees 20 per kg. If both type 1 and type 2 are mixed in the ratio 2:3, then the price per kg of the mixed rice is. So in this question they have given the cost of two types of rice. Then they are telling that if both the types of rice is mixed in the ratio 2:3, then what is the price per kg of the mixed rice? Okay. So this question we have to do by alligation method. So first of all we need to write down the cost of first type of rice, that is 15. Then here we need to write down the cost of second type of rice, that is 20. So in the middle we need to write down the cost of the rice after mixing. Okay. So that we need to find out. So let us take it as X. Okay. Now we need to take the differences diagonally. Okay. So here this will be 15 minus X and this will be X minus 20. Okay. So this ratio should be equal to the given ratio in the question, that is 2:3. Okay. So this we can do by option verification method. Okay. Substitute the values given in the option for this X. Okay. So let us first substitute 15 here for this X. Okay. So the difference between this both will be 0. Okay. And the difference between this both will be 5. Okay. So we are getting the ratio as 5:0. But we should get the ratio 2:3. Okay. So option 1 is not possible. Okay. Now let us substitute the second option, that is X is equal to 18. Okay. So 18 minus 15 is 3 and 20 minus 18 is 2. Okay. So we are getting the ratio 2:3. So we can say that option 2 is the right answer. Okay. So this is one method of doing the problem. Otherwise you can equate this ratio to this ratio, that is X minus 20 divided by 15 minus X is equal to 2 by 3. Okay. So on solving this equation we will get the value of X. Okay. That is 3 into X minus 20 is equal to 2 into 15 minus X. Okay. So on solving this we will get the value of X as 18. Okay. So rupees 18 will be the answer. The next question is, in what ratio must a grocer mix two types of tea worth rupees 60 per kg and rupees 65 per kg so that by selling the mixture at rupees 68.2 a kg he may gain 10%. Okay. So in this question they are asking us, in what ratio must a grocer mix two types of tea such that on selling the mixture at rupees 68.2 he gains 10%. Okay. So the cost price of first type of tea is given as rupees 60 and the cost price of second type of tea is given as rupees 65. Okay. So this type of question we are doing by alligation method and this is a problem based on profit and loss. Okay. Those who want to learn more about profit and loss, I would suggest you to watch from 28th to 37th episode of app guide. Okay, I have given the link of 28th episode in the description box of this episode. So those who want to learn the shortcut methods of the problems of profit and loss, I would suggest you to watch from 28th to 37th episode of app guide. Okay, so this question we are doing by alligation method. So first we need to write down the cost price of first type of tea as 60, then the cost price of the second type of tea as 65. Okay, then in the middle we need to write down the cost price after mixing both the types of tea. Okay, but the cost price of the mixture is not given, but the selling price and the profit percentage is given. Okay, so selling price is given as 68.2 and the profit percentage is given as 10. Okay, so we need to find out the cost price of the mixture first by using the selling price and profit percentage. Okay, so in order to find out the cost price by using the selling price and profit percentage, what we need to do is we need to first consider the cost price as 100. Okay, so if the cost price is 100, then the profit percentage will be equal to profit, which means profit will be equal to this profit percentage, that is 10. Okay, and what is selling price then? Selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. So if cost price is 100, profit is 10, selling price will be equal to 100 plus 10, that is 110. Okay, so when cost price is 100, selling price will be 110. Okay, now but the selling price is given here as 68.2. Okay, when cost price is 100, selling price is 110. Now if selling price is 68.2, what will be the cost price? This we can find out by cross multiplying. So cost price will be equal to 100 into 68.2 divided by this 110. Okay, so on solving this you will get the answer as 62. Okay, so this is the cost price of the mixture. Okay, so this we need to write down here in the middle. Okay, now we need to take the differences diagonally. Okay, 65 minus 62 is 3 and 62 minus 60 is 2. Okay, so the ratio of cost price is 3:2. Okay, so this is the quantity ratio also. Since cost price is directly proportional to quantity ratio will be 3:2. Okay, so this is the answer. The next question is, how many kilograms of sugar costing rupees 9 per kg must be mixed with 27 kg of sugar costing rupees 7 per kg so that there may be a gain of 10% by selling the mixture at rupees 9.24 per kg. So in this question they are asking us to find out how many kilograms of sugar costing rupees 9 per kg must be mixed with another type of sugar costing rupees 7 per kg. Okay, so that the selling price of the mixture is rupees 9.24 and the profit percentage is 10. Okay, so this question also we are doing by the same method which we have done in the previous question. Okay, so we are doing by alligation method. So first we need to write down the cost price of first type of sugar, that is 9. Then here we need to write down the cost price of the second type of sugar. Okay, then in the middle we need to write down the cost price of the sugar after mixing. Okay, but that particular cost price is not given, but the selling price of the mixture as well as the profit percentage is given as 10. Okay, so with the help of the selling price and profit percentage, first we need to find out the cost price of the mixture. Okay, so the profit percentage is 10, means when cost price is 100, selling price will be equal to 100 plus 10, that is 110. Now but the selling price is given as 9.24. then what will be the value of cost price? This we can find out by cross multiplying. Okay, so cost price will be equal to, the cost price of the mixture will be equal to 100 into 9.24, that is 924 divided by this 110. Okay, on solving this you will get it as 8.4. so this is the cost price of the mixture. So this we need to write down here in the middle. Okay, but when we are doing alligation method we can neglect the decimal point, so we can write here 84, but we need to multiply this both values also by 10. Okay, now we need to take the differences diagonally. 90 minus 84 is 6 and 84 minus 70 is 14. Okay, so on simplifying we will get the ratio as 7:3. So this is the cost ratio and this itself is the quantity ratio of the sugar. Okay. So the quantity of the second type of sugar is given as 27, which means we can represent this 3 as 27. We need to find out the quantity of the first type of sugar. Okay. So if 3 can be written as 27, what will be the value of this 7? On finding this value, we will get the cost price of, we will get the quantity of first type of sugar. Okay. See, this we can find out by either cross multiplying, or 3 into 9 is 27. So if you multiply this 7 also by 9, we will get this value. Okay. So 7 into 9 is 63. So the quantity of the first type of sugar is 63 kg. Okay. So this is the answer. The next question is, in what ratio must a person mix 3 kinds of wheat costing rupees 1.20, rupees 1.44 and rupees 1.74 per kg, so that the mixture may be worth rupees 1.41 per kg. So in this question, we need to find out in what ratio must a person mix 3 kinds of wheat such that the mixture cost rupees 1.41 per kg. Okay. So up to now we have done the questions based on mixing of 2 types of a product. But in this question we are doing the mixing of 3 kinds of a product. Okay. So let us see how to do this by alligation method. Okay. So first let us write down the cost of the wheat by neglecting the decimal points. Okay. So that is, first one, let us take it as 120, and then let us take the cost price of the second type as 144 and the third type as 174. Okay. Let us take the cost price of the mixture as 141. Okay. Now what we need to do is, we need to divide the cost price of this wheat into 2 parts. Okay. Here 120 is less than 141 and this 144 and 174 is greater than 141. Okay. So let us take 120 as the first part and the 144 and 174 as the second part. Okay. Now what we need to do is, we need to do the alligation of this 120 and 144 and then 120 and 174. Okay. So let us first take 120 as the cost of first type of wheat and then 144 as the cost of second type of wheat. Okay. And then in the middle let us write down the cost of the mixture as 141. Okay. Now we need to take the differences diagonally. Okay. So 120 minus 141 is 21 and 144 minus 141 is 3. Okay. So what will be the ratio? That will be 1:7. Okay. Now let us do the alligation for 120 and 174. Let us take 120 as the cost of first type of sugar wheat, then 174 as the cost of second type of wheat. Okay. So in the middle we need to write down the cost of the mixture, that is 141. Okay. Now let us take the differences diagonally. 141 minus 120 is 21, that we need to write down here. Then 174 minus 141 is 33. Okay. On simplifying, we will get the ratio as 11:7. Okay. Now we need to know the quantity ratio of the first type, second type and third type of wheat. Okay. So below this 120 it is 1 and here below this 120 it is 11. Okay. So for 120 the ratio will be this 1 plus 11, that is 12. Okay. Then below this 144 it is 7. Okay. So the ratio for this 144 is 7. Okay. And below this 174 it is 7. So again it will be 7. Okay. So the ratio of the quantities of first, second and third types of wheat is 12:7:7. So this is the answer. So here finishes the problems of this part. I will be back with some other important problems in the next part. Do watch it. If you felt this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe the channel if you have not yet subscribed it. Also press the bell button so that you get the notification when I am uploading new videos. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.